And if you need a dub, come to me, place your order, I'm the motherfucking plug. Bitch, I got that work, I got that sauce, I put in that work.
Welcome, aka Promotions. We are the plug in the building.
Yes, sir.
Shout out to everybody that's watching. Shout out to all y'all that's going to be on the replay. So you already know we're going to jump right into it because this has been long waiting.
Long overdue.
Yes,
for real.
to get this done. So we're going to jump right into our guests real quick, and we're going to take it from there.
It's your boy Ize Low, also known as IZE7000 on Instagram. You can find me on all streaming platforms, IZE LOW. I got some R&B tracks that's litty. I got an album dropping within the next month, 420 possibly. You already know. And working on another album with your boy Ize Low And Debanaire.
Indeed.
All right now. All right.
You already know what it is. Go by the name Debanaire, better known as the Black Bruce Wayne. Shout out to Ize Low, S.STREET Media, a.k.a. Promotions. Y'all already know what it is. We are the plug. Happy to be here.
Yes, thank y'all for coming through. So, first things first, how did you get into this music and where did the love come from?
All right, well, for me, I started in church. The love for music, I played the piano growing up in church.
Nice.
I was a part of the boys' choir.
Okay.
And, I leveled my way up to being the male's, head of the choir. And then I wrote most of my music from the, my teenage years into my 20s.
Okay.
And I won Coast to Coast Live in 2022. And I just been running with just making good music and great content ever since.
Nah, I definitely give it to you with that. I see you constantly working. Every time I turn around, you got something going on. Please correct me if I'm wrong. You just had a music video drop?
Yes, I did.
Okay.
G-Slide. It's called G-Slide the Vibe. It's featuring my cousin Debanaire. It's actually getting crazy motion.
One of my favorites.
Yeah. We have some other tunes together that we did that's pretty like G-Slide vibe, along with myself as well. But G-Slide's been getting us into, opening doors. I'm grateful. Thank God. Alhamdulillah. Thank God. The universe, everything.
Yes.
He's been blessing us. And
yes.
the opportunities have been, great. We just did a society house, right? That was lit.
Okay.
Oh my gosh.
Okay.
It was gangster.
Yeah, that was pretty good. The good thing about being an artist, and I'll say it by working with S.STREET Media, doing a lot of great events, what I mean? And shout out to the women's event that you had.
Yes, thank you.
I saw the footage. I wasn't able to make it because I was working late, but you guys, S.STREET Media, you guys always put on great events, and I think that's one of the perks of being a consistent artist. You get to come out to some great events, network, and be a part of something bigger than just your brand. So, yeah, Society House is something that we just finished doing. It's a cannabis dispensary.
Oh, okay.
They had a grand opening, giveaways, infused ice cream. Like, it was just lit, and Ize Low put on a great performance. It's about you. It's about us right now. That's what we doing.
I know, man.
This is what we doing. But for me, it's already been outside and seeing things, but it's good. It's great to see an artist, coming in from where we started, just meeting and talking, to seeing him just flourish.
It's like blossom.
Yeah, right.
Thank you. I appreciate that. See, he'll be saying all this stuff, bro, like outside the camera, man.
Yeah, we
So
the chemistry that you guys have, it amazes me because on top of y'all being family, y'all great business partners. And you can just tell. I can tell when you guys are together, when you're out at events, having interviews like this, the energy is just there and the support for each other.
Yeah.
So shout out to y'all for that. Because not a lot of people have that, especially within their family. So that's always a great thing. But getting back to you, Mr. Ize.
Yes.
Was poetry big? Was you big on writing poetry when you were younger?
No, honestly, what it was like I said, I played the piano, and then most of the tunes came with me, what I was dealing with in my own personal space. So I got incarcerated at a young age. By me getting incarcerated, I had to protect myself, but also I had to keep in tune with what I felt was true to me. So I made up songs along my way.
Yes.
Some of the songs, you know, I wrote on my album now. And I just ran with it. So I learned that music don't have a stamp on it as long as I'm able to captivate it, change the words as long as the tuning is right. And I believe mostly in what I'm singing, then I don't care about what else anyone else think.
I know that's right. Well said. Well said. So who are your inspirations? Like, who did you look up to? And maybe even today, artists that are out there that you just be like, wow, you know, I just really like how they move, their talent. And
well, one of my people that I looked up to growing up as far as in church was John P. Key. You know, I don't know if people know who that is.
I'm familiar,
okay,
yes.
And then if you're going to go into the R&B spectrum, like, I know people don't like it, but R. Kelly, Sam Cooke.
Can't deny his musical genius.
Musically wise,
yeah, you can't deny
everything else you can leave outside.
Yeah, that's something different. But
you know, Sam Cooke, Chris Brown is very impactful. You know, he's able to, you know, be able to entertain, perform, and sing at a scream level.
Yes.
Tank. You know, I'm an R&B, a soulful guy, so I like to keep it where it's resonated. I don't think that a lot of, no offense to no one, a lot of the recent R&B artists is talking more about loving on their women and dancing and keeping them, you know, relevant on the floor. You know,
yes, and that's what's missing.
I know.
Yeah, it's definitely missing. We need more of that.
Yeah. And I believe that my music resonate a lot with that. You know, G Slide is one of those type of vibes. Hello is a vibe like that.
How did G Slide come about? How did that even come about?
I used to sell cars at Major World.
Okay.
And at that place is a whole line of those vehicles. And believe it or not, when they first came out in 2007, 2006, that was like the hottest car that everybody wanted.
Okay.
People was traded Range Rovers in for it. You know, so me being a salesperson, I had to, you know, comfort of driving that vehicle for quite some time without the problems of the dealership. I'm gonna leave that to another story. But that car drives wonderful, and I fell in love with it. You can walk from the front to the back. You can do some things in that car and have some fun.
Okay.
It's a wonderful drive.
Okay.
And it's something that you know, if you are able to afford it in your mind, you can make it into reality. So I'm gonna get that car. That's one of the cars that's on my list.
I know that's right.
Yeah, bro.
Yeah.
It's yours.
They made that car like 6 days at the same time.
I had the beat sitting for a while.
Yeah, that's the best.
And I couldn't, you know, I mean, I didn't want to just do some bull.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
I just heard Rick Ross and John Legend made back music. It's that type of a flow, you know what I'm saying?
Yes.
With a singer, but on, you know, with Rick Ross and them, Rick Ross is kind of just rapping, and John Legend, I just felt like this is a song for an R&B singer to just do his thing, just go all ham on it. And you're right, we're missing the love in the music.
Yes.
And Ize Low, his music is soulful. He talks to the women. I don't think he really realizes it when he's performing. Some of the women are just in it, you know what I mean? You know, one show he brought roses to a Media Mondays. He came out with roses. Yeah. He was handing them out.
Your math was there.
Okay.
Math was there.
And that's the thing I'm talking about. Like, it's one thing to be an artist, but to bring a show and to bring the people into what's going on.
To really connect with them.
Because I guarantee you, somebody went home. And where you get this rose from? So it's Ize Low. Ize Low, who's this Ize Low? Let me look this song up.
What up, Sister Flowers?
Hey, listen.
That's a big deal. We love little things like that.
I'm not gonna hold you. He keeps me grounded. And there's someone else too, my friends, that always say, "Yo, they not, even though likes and views is not good, but you need that." I'm learning that it's part of the feng shui.
Yes.
And I'm learning it. I'm trying to keep at it, and I'm not gonna let likes and views determine my music. But it's definitely good to see somebody say that you don't know outside your own camp and say, "Yo, this is fire." I got mad inboxes like that, like, "Yo, you know, your music is going good," and I'm like, "All right, that's motivation." That's for me. That's motivation. Money is good, but the motivation of knowing somebody likes it and they not a part of the feng shui or with my camp is lit.
Yeah,
that drives me. So thanks for saying that though.
What's the future plans for you? If you had to think about an artist that you might want to work with right now, who would it be? Or do you prefer just being solo, if anything?
No, I'm open minded to work with artists. I just need to get paid. Like I'm gonna write.
Of course.
I'm gonna write.
Of course.
I'll write the steak, potatoes, and the juice if you need me to. And we could talk about that.
Yeah.
That's it.
Speaking of getting paid, what are your fees for appearances and things like that right now?
Discuss that on
It's a lineup. But,
office hours.
No, we don't.
That's a lineup.
We don't need.
Line me up.
We don't need an exact figure.
So I make it affordable. I make it affordable. Two, I don't necessarily have to. I not to do splits and everything. So if you can't afford it, we could do splits that way.
Okay.
Or we could just work it. Whereas you pay me and I just come and show my face and bless the track.
Got you.
Or
Not
I
the
could just be a
purpose.
ghostwriter.
The purpose
I don't necessarily
was
have to be on the track. I could just write it.
Oh, see, that's.
I'm being so sincere with you. I don't necessarily have the longest longevity is the best way to go versus short game. If I sing it all myself, I'm being selfish. But if I can write it to somebody, I won't tell nobody.
I know
just pay me for my services.
I know that's right.
They want the voice, though.
That's it. Yeah, you got to come
they
with.
They want the voice. That's what they want.
Right?
They gonna need that help to get them over the hump.
I could do highlights. You know what the highlights is? Highlights is not expensive.
And what was this album that's coming out, or is it out?
No, it didn't come out yet.
Okay, when is it? When
I want to put it out on 420, like a high day, or the week of. It's called Eyes Points of View. I'm finishing like 2 more songs I want to put on it, something fresh.
Okay.
And I think the project will be done.
How many different styles should we expect? Because we got the G slide, we got that style.
I'm doing a ballad. I got a ballad.
Nice.
I got some more street swag. I got some more rap. I got a rapper, another feature art rapper.
What's that new song that you got out?
It's called Nights in Paris.
Talk about it.
Yeah, that song is a good single too. I feel like that's like a path behind G Slide. Oh, thank you, brother. Nights in Paris is the one I made up recently. That's a nice song. I mean, I'm real modest and humble about it, but I think my album's gonna be fire.
That's right.
It's a collective of R&B music that women would love to listen to. Guys can swag out to. I got a song called Hello, that's fire. With my cousins. Then I got I Don't Wanna, talking about me not wanting to be alone, a man not wanting to be alone, And I have a different genre. I have a gumbo of R&B music that I think would be
That's
litty.
what's up. I'm personally looking forward to hearing
I'm gonna send you some personal before I drop it, so that way you can get a snippet.
Yeah, we're gonna plan a nice listening event with all the media and
definitely
close friends.
keep me posted.
So you guys will be able to get a nice little
Everybody,
sneak peek with some refreshments.
Yeah.
We want to get some feedback from you guys, and before it drops,
That's a good idea.
That's how
Definitely.
we do it.
Y'all
See
stay
what I'm
tuned
saying?
for that.
I would've
Y'all
never
stay
thought of that.
tuned for that. Yes. That's exactly what you need. And since
You'll be
we
telling
have
that. I didn't even think of that.
the one and only Debanaire in the building
that's lit.
supporting Ize Low today, we just gonna jump up in his business real quick and let him share what he has in store for y'all, because he's actually doing a lot right now also. So
No doubt.
let him keep y'all up to speed with that.
Keep it real brief. Just working on a project coming out by the name of Space Cowboy. Real melodics. Got some soca, got some Afro beats I'm working on. So just really trying to challenge myself with some different sounds. Of course, the bros gonna be on there, Ize Low. Probably have a few features.
I got a song called Special on there featuring.
That's
Baby, you special.
Yeah,
Baby, you
that's gonna
fine.
be nice.
That's handsome.
Nice.
Come on, don't be teasing, man.
That song is fire. He being modest, but Special is one of those songs when that's Cowboy.
Space Cowboy is gonna be on there. I'm more for the rapping, trying to rap better than people, because I already know I'm nice. Now it's time to make music that I will listen to when I'm smoking or when I'm chilling or when other people are chilling.
Yes.
That's what I want to work on. Good time music.
Okay.
I'm also working with Terminology. Shout out to Terminology. I'm actually going to check him tonight at his release party. He's a machine. I think he's on 150 albums, going on to 100. So I'm just trying to stay around people that's moving forward.
Yes.
No negative vibes, negative energy. I'm not popping out to everything. You know, unless it's S.STREET Media, anybody else, you know, building good relationships and just trying to move forward and trying to push the talent forward.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, Ize Low has he has some gifts, and a lot of times you just be around people that they just want to put themselves in front of the talent and kind of hides the shine. You know what I mean? So all I'm doing is music, and you know, working with fam and pushing the envelope.
That's facts. That's all I really see. I see you working. I see you being a father, and I see you working. That's like it's working.
My daughter's gonna be 14 Sunday. So
oh wow! Shout out to the young man.
28th.
Oh wait, you said she?
Yeah, my daughter. Yeah.
Oh, your daughter. Okay.
Yeah, my son is 7. He chilling. He good.
Okay,
He's still on Spider-Man. But my daughter, she want Jordans and all of this. Yeah, thank you so much. She playing. She hooping. She out right now for 9 months. She tore her ACL.
Oh shit!
So it's like her first major like life thing.
Injury.
You know what I mean?
So she going through.
And I'm learning. I'm actually reading and doing research on how to talk to her, because these kids ain't like how he is growing up. They're a little bit more, even though they look like they tough. They talk. They just blah blah blah. They soft as hell. They crashing out. They going to jail. They just and when soon
take a lot of stuff
and they
when
easy
things
influence too.
Yes.
So
once the camera's off, you see the real.
You
That's a fact.
You know what I mean?
Yes.
So I'm just trying to. You got to keep them like right on. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And
I know. Yes, I know.
Yeah.
Yeah. My daughter's 19 and she's away at school. And
okay.
you know, she's doing great, but it's just the fact of her being far, and it's like wanting to know everything and wanting to just be there every minute. Like, what's going on? Did you eat? Did you do this? Did you do that? And
but that's the part that you gotta let them go.
Yeah,
I have a 23-year-old. She finished college, right? And I was incarcerated for most of the time. But when I came out, I didn't have to do anything. She adapted to her situation. She's from the projects. School was her outlet. So I let them be adults. If they're doing the right thing, let them be adults. If they're not doing the right thing, you know, ACLs, that's injury. You gotta pamper them.
But like you said, they were raised a little different. So the assertiveness, and that's one of the things that I worry about. Like, you're out here in the world on your own. Mommy and daddy are not there to speak up for you. So if somebody's coming at you crazy, it's your reaction to it that worries me, because it's like you just
they got mommy and daddy
everything is beautiful, you know, life is great, nothing bad is ever gonna happen to me. I didn't have that mindset when I was I was like, anything can happen, but I ain't scared of nothing. Like, I'm not. It's you know, so that be the thing. But
that is true.
God got all of our kids, and they gonna be all right. And the good thing about it is that they were listening. They were paying attention when we was teaching them and talking. You know, we got frustrated, like, oh, I don't know what I'm gonna do with you. But in the end, they showed that they was paying attention.
Yeah, they lucky they ain't get hit. They ain't getting the beatings. I was getting hit with everything: starch cans, irons,
switches,
belts, anything my mother could throw. And she bowled. My mother bowled a 300. My mother bowled a 300 before. Ooh. So when I was growing up,
she had the overhand quitter.
Listen, I'm on a Sega Genesis, and she told me to clean the room, right? So I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna clean, but it's the fourth quarter. Like, and I whisper something under my breath, like, you know, clean when I feel like it. All of a sudden, back of that boosh from the living room.
My mom hit me in the head with a radio.
Tom Brady from the living room, bro.
Crazy. Hit you with the little yellow radio. I'm sorry, you remember the little yellow radio? Yeah. Talking crazy. What you say?
Everything was heavy
in the
back
church.
then too.
Yes, it
in
seemed
the church.
like everything.
At choir practice.
Oh no! In front of people,
bro.
Oh no!
I was talking crazy. She hit me right in. Oh, you want to talk crazy? Bow. Everybody.
That was be
nobody
worse.
Never talk crazy to my mom. I promise you. Evangelist Perry. Shout out to Evangelist Perry and Bishop Memorial Emerson. My mother knocked me out, bro. I went right to sleep.
I don't think anybody was safe in church. It was okay to knock your child out.
I got the stitches.
I got the
stitches to prove it.
Damn, bro. They about to bring the case back up.
I'm gonna set my age. I I'm old enough. She can't go to jail.
I'm playing, but
She can't go
you
to
said
jail, but-
stitches. Hold on.
She put me to sleep.
They
Like, yo, you all right?
Yellow radio. Remember yellow radio?
Yellow radio.
Yes, knocked me right out. What you talking to? Poop.
That
And
joint,
everybody kept doing choir practice.
that shit was straight metal.
I promise you, I call Ramel right now, bro. He be like, I remember that.
I was just talking to Mel too.
Yeah, but that's it. Ask him, I said, did you remember your cousin got hit in the head with the
That's
radio?
crazy.
Yeah, yo, his mother don't play.
That's crazy.
Choir practice, do not disrespect. That's like getting fined at 25 cents. You talking in choir practice? Bitch in there, 25 cents.
Yeah.
Wow, I'm sorry, man. I should have told that story.
Yeah, we're live.
Let's talk about something else. Oh, sorry, ma. My mother's a good mom.
OMG. So yeah, this is the energy that we get. Like it'd be hard to get through the next point because it's just too
My mom
funny.
said everything. But I was a
Oh
bad kid.
goodness. So where can everyone find you? Like what's your next appearance? Your pop-ups that you have. So
You have April 6th. We're gonna be a special guest at Hall of Fame, and then we have another one platform April 12th. I have a show in Queens. Yeah, I'm just gonna stay busy, and I'm gonna hit some people up to have some,
okay,
some
and
events to see what's
if it's
going on.
not locked in already, April 19th, Family Cypher.
Oh yeah.
You sent
Yeah.
that to me now.
Yes.
Now, one question. Cypher is for rappers. I sing, so can I come to your cypher still?
Yes.
All right, so then I gotta make sure.
You get on there with some harmony. You know.
I know that's what we're gonna do. I got something for that. I got something for that.
Yeah.
Yeah, we can do something like that. Yeah, March. So
definitely.
hey, I'm on the call for March 19th. Cypher with Street Media.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're
Yeah,
locked
I'm
in.
bringing my apron. Shout out to S.STREET Media.
Yo,
Yeah,
shout out to
7
Street
years.
Media.
Yes.
I ain't gonna hold you. That's the Street.
Y'all could be the special guest for the 70th anniversary.
Oh,
So-
that's what's up.
so long. Thank you, my
Appreciate
brother.
you. Yeah, no, definitely.
And
Let me
that's
tell you
the date on that April
19th.
April 16th is the 7th year anniversary for S.STREET Media.
I'm
So
locking
we
that in.
just worked something out real quick, but make sure y'all tap in if you want to be included in that event. Make sure you hit up S.STREET Media.
Street Media.
I will include the phone number in the post when I'm putting it up there. But definitely want to tap in ASAP. Spots are gonna fill up
down like
quickly.
Oh,
It's an album release on De Niro also.
That is April 16th. April 16th is
yeah.
album release for Honey De
De
Niro.
Niro, yeah.
Oh, so we gonna do that.
Shout out to Honey De
Yeah,
Niro.
doing this thing.
Like, real quick,
I
like
think he's on the call on April 6th too.
yeah, my whole first introduction to everything is S.STREET Media, The Circle.
That's why I did this.
That was Trife
I'm
Boss,
keeping it real
Honey
with
De
you.
Niro, Bo Black, Bake Man Global, and I forget if
couldn't
there
do
was
nothing
anybody
else
else.
after I
Stuck B,
did
I
this.
think was around at the time, and Pressure De Niro. Yes, that's another guy. Yo, like the first show was in Karma Lounge on First Avenue, downstairs. And Trife Boss is telling people to shut the F up. Shout out to Trife Boss. I still talk to the homie all the time.
Yes.
Parked on Park Avenue.
Yes.
But it's just like, yo, paused the bones that I obtained in this business, in this industry. I always gotta show love to S.STREET. You know what I'm saying? They'll give you a shot. And Matt for talk to you, he'll work with you. But if you want some weirdo stuff, you know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? So you got to be righteous. You know what I mean? That's one thing that
Gotta see.
respect and admire about him, because I see other promoters and other guys doing events and they just don't care. There's fights, there's all type of craziness going on. You don't get no exposure, you don't get nothing. You know what I'm saying? And with S.STREET interviews, events, you meet cool people and relationships that last for years. You know what I'm saying? Even outside of music. So, you know what I mean? That's what's dope about what they have going on here. You know what I mean? I'm glad my brother gets to come be a part of what's happening.
That's what I told him when I first start. Yeah, I'm gonna start where you start, because if you got this far, you gotta. That's how I look at it.
Yeah.
he's been doing it, you know. So
No, I definitely appreciate, and I gotta piggyback off of that. A huge shout out to S.STREET Media, Math. It's a lot of things that go on, a lot of events, just a lot of things, period, that he does to help artists, to help entrepreneurs, period. And it's a constant thing. It's not a when he feels like it or when it's nice outside, and it's not.
Right.
It's constant. So definitely appreciate the work ethics. I appreciate working with him. We do business together. He has elevated me in a lot of ways also, because I was just doing one thing when I met him. I'm doing quite a few things now. So I definitely appreciate all of it. A huge shout out to Trife Boss as well, because if it wasn't for him, I wouldn't have even got connected to Mav. So Trife has been another constant business person that just a stand-up dude. Like, he's just a real stand-up dude, and he's another one that's all about helping people. If he can help you, if you have an idea, he's going to help you elevate it and execute it. So shout out to my brother Trife, and keep doing what you're doing, because I see you.
yeah, much love out to
The Black Phil Jackson, if you ask him, but you ain't gotta ask him because he right here.
That's
Shout
right. Yes. And a big shout out to Mr. Debanaire. He's actually one of the first people that I got to interview when I got to S.STREET Media, and the energy was just always on point from the start.
Facts.
I'm not gonna front. I didn't know much about you, so reading your catalog, I was a little intimidated. I was like, I don't know if I'm the one that should be doing the interview with him, because the platforms you've been on, you know, have been major. So I just appreciate you being patient with me and growing with me, because we going on almost 2 years now with S.STREET Media. So I appreciate both of you for coming on the platform and just being involved in everything we have going on.
Yeah, I appreciate you for allowing me to be on your platform. Every opportunity is a success. I'm open minded to it. I'm not
we definitely.
I can come outside without him. You know, I know a lot of people saying that.
Oh yeah,
so
I don't know who said it.
Listen, you'd be surprised what people think. Ize Low can roll outside anywhere. I rolled Dola from state to state before. I'm rolling Dola from state to state now, where only I got my cousin rapping on certain songs. So he might come out sometimes. He may not. Just give me the same love and karma and courtesy as I give everybody else.
I know that's right. I know that's right. So that's it. No, that's it.
Say less, say more.
You good?
We good.
All right. So we gonna end this, but I want to thank everybody for watching. Please stay in tune with my page. We have a lot of events coming up in April. Like I said, if you want to be involved, contact S.STREET Media ASAP. Spots are filling up quickly for each event that is going on. So make sure you tap in. AKA Promotions. You already know what the interviews, the showcasing, the promotion, the magazine. We got Original Pacheco Productions, who has his show on 3 broadcasting channels on TV. You can check those channels. So we have a lot going on. And Friday we have Meeting of the Minds here in the office, 7 p.m. until. If you want to have your music listened to, you can come have your music played, and you know, it's just a meeting of the mind. So we're networking, you know.
What time is this?
This is at 7 p.m. until.
7 till,
Friday.
All right.
So
all right.
And you know what's coming out?
Ize Points of Views, hashtags IPOV.
Indeed.
And real quick, because you know people have a short attention span, just tell everybody real quick your social media platforms so they know where they can follow y'all at.
Instagram is IZE7000. Facebook IZELOW, Ize Low. On all streaming platforms, IZELOW.
Debanaire, the real DEBANAIRE, Space Cowboy on the way, and Dream is free, hustle soul separately. Get to it.
Thank y'all for tuning in. Catch y'all next time.
You need a quota, and if you need a dub, come to me, place your order, I'm the motherfucking plug. Bitch, I got that work, I got that sauce, I put in that work.